What is good, you guys? It's your boy SmooveGotGame, aka SGG, aka GM Smooth, back for another Tigers rebuild, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Please feel free on the way in to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as we are getting closer to draft day in this episode. We're trying to really build for it. Probably in the next 2 episodes, we'll be drafting again. So on episode, I guess that would be like 13, we should be drafting. Here we are still 66 days away in the month of May at 22-8. Looking very strong to start the season. We'll see how long we can keep these wins coming, see how long we can keep this winning streak going, see how long we can keep the series 1 streak going. But we're going to be getting through hopefully most of this month by doing a bunch of critical situations, couple player locks, and of course our annual full game. So you guys are enjoying everything. Make sure you guys share it out with other people, and if you hit that like button, might as well hit that subscribe button. You saw something you liked, and go ahead and chop it up in the comment section with me down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. So we're going to go ahead and start off the episode with a little bit of simming, but immediately against Toronto we get a little closeout situation here for critical situation number 1, and it looks like we have a chance to go ahead and close this one out top of the 9th. No outs, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Toronto, and we have Alex Lange coming out for yet another close here. Now immediately the first thing I noticed is the pitches were sharp, on point, knuckle curve. Look at that break. Gets him to just barely chop that one foul. He didn't have good eyes on it. Throw another one. He wanted to go around, just barely able to hold up 1-2. Watches a sinker off the plate. And Alex Lange so far this season has looked good. We're looking to see if he has that second half meltdown again like he did last year. But if he stays solid, a lot of these games should at least be able to be closed out. And you see him being solid, at least there for the nice easy strikeout to start things up. 6 pitches through, now 7, as that is a base hit lined out to Badu. Bars. And they get a 1-out base runner, and there it is, the time run on the base pass. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as the go-ahead run at the plate. We pitch to him carefully, just go ahead and walk him on. I don't know why they got him all the way down at the 6th spot. And then Matt Chapman up next. Gets him to check his swing there, going 1-1. Knuckle curve on the ground. Wong is going to go ahead and glove it. Toss over to Baez to first base, and they got him. Nice, easy double play there. And we're able to go ahead and get out of this close situation with the victory. We went 2-1. Great inning of work there. You know, we gave it the hit. We gave it the walk. Not intentionally, but we were pitching cautiously. And we were able to go ahead and get out of that trick screwball, getting player of the game and the dub. 6 1/3, 6 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. A great start from him. 10 hits. We were only able to push across 2 runs. So we got to still work on leaving runners on base. But Scope getting RBI number 29. Badu getting steal number 6. And Matt Verlaine getting his first stolen base of the season. You see Screwball's ERA about 2.37. You see the bullpen came in and shut the door, though, to close out that game. And right up, a couple games later, we get a chance of our own with Akil Badu on a 14-game hitting streak. I decided to go ahead and see if he can get it on his own. He does, and we get the dub 4-3. So a 4-game winning streak there, as you see to start the episode. But let's go ahead and look at these scouting prospects. Fernando Gonzalez at third base. B potential at best, it looks like, but I love the contact and the vision and where it's at. He had good defense. As long as you have a couple of skill sets that I really like, I'm okay with it. Now here you see Lewis Green at first base, actually a power prospect for once with high vision. That's exactly what I need. I need somebody that has power and the ability to at least have some high vision, because that can go a long way towards getting a lot of home runs. And I don't feel like we have as much pop in our bat in our lineup. I mean, Jonathan Scope is the one leading us to home runs right now. So I was looking at a couple of prospects to see if there's any power among infielders that we can kind of take advantage of. A couple of positions I'm completely excluding. You know, we're not scouting the outfield. I feel like we're pretty set in the outfield. I'm not scouting the starters because I feel like we're set in starters. So focusing all our attention on the infield. And I hate every time it seems like I focus on a specific position, it's never the position of like high prospects. So shortstop, I decided to go and look at some international prospects. Catchers, I decided to look at the ones in the Central because they look to be the best ones, especially for more than just defense. We're going to finish out Gonzalez's profile. Now we simulated through yet another week, and this is at the point where I started to realize that we have won 12 straight series to start the season, 3 of them being sweeps, and we have yet to lose or even tie a series. We are 31-10 halfway through May and have yet to lose a series at all. You see we went on a nice little, I think it's like a 8-game winning streak right there. We're 9 of our, or it looks like 8 of our last 10 with those 2 losses to Minnesota and Cincinnati. But the streak is on the line here as we've tied up the series. So why not maybe go ahead and jump into that full game? Before we get into it though, got to go and get the scouting done for the week. Gonzalez ends up being like a kind of prospect. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling him. So I do something kind of surprising this week, not knowing where else to kind of turn. You can always use bullpen help. So I figure why not? Let's look at the relievers for basically everywhere but the Central. Those were at least the top positions that I saw there, International West and East for relief pitching, and at least get some information on them. Should I have to take one in the late rounds, I'll know a little bit more information about them, or at least something, not be 0% scouted. I'll at least have 10 or 15. So that's what I did with this week's scouting. But with the streak on the line, 12 straight series won. We're going for 13 here. We lost game 1, came back and won game 2, and now we have to face our old rebuilded team. I'm going to be interested to see what they've done with it so far at this point. But we got to win today. We only scored 1 run. They scored 1 run in both losses. So whoever can score 2, it looks like might be able to get the dub. The loser's getting held to 1 on both ends. 5-1, 9-1. And it's time to go ahead and get rocking out here in Cincinnati, as they will have, it looks like, Patrick Sandoval now as one of their starting pitchers. 7 starts, 3-2 record, 2.6 ERA with a 1.2 whip. Not a heavy strikeout guy, only 27 and 45 innings of work. So he's going to be putting the ball in play a lot. And with our team, that might not be such a good idea, because we might be able to go ahead and hold things down with that. And we will go ahead and get this game started off with a quick 0-2 count to Matt Verlaine, who has been struggling this season, hitting at 100 for most of it. Finally got it over 200. Now he's only hitting 218. So a little bit on fire. I guess you could say, to raise that average up to where it is. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. Great way to start the game. That's what I want my leadoff hitter to do. And now we got 91 speed over there at first base. And Riley Green, because it is a lefty in the lineup, he will be batting number 2. Watches that slider get into the strike zone, but we're able to steal off on second base with ease. Runner in scoring position just that quick. Only his second stolen base of the season. We've seen both of them in this episode. Skip ahead to a full count, check, swing. They go down, and they say he didn't go. So a quick early run scoring opportunity for Jonathan Scope, first and second. And he's got an 0-2 count after fouling off that circle change, making Patrick throw a lot of pitches here in this first inning. 2 is great. Grounded right back to the pitcher. They'll throw over to second for 1, over to first base for 2, and now they're going to throw to the plate as Verlaine was trying to sneak on in. Tried to use the double play to sneak to the plate, just did not have enough speed, and unfortunately it's a rare triple play. What is that, a 1-6-3-2 triple play? And with that being said, we go to our number 2, Luis Severino. 8 starts, a 6-2 record, 4.13 ERA though, so we would love that to come down here and just start a little bit. And we got one and true leadoff hitter, man, Jonathan India. 287 on the season, looking very strong as their leadoff guy, but he chops over this pitch over to Baez. Throw goes over to first base, and we got him pretty long at bat. Worked himself, as we're already up to 10 pitches only through 1 person. As TJ Friedl's up next. Remember, he never really left, I think, like AAA for us. And then the big offseason signing for them, Shohei Ohtani, batting only 262, and that's going to go even lower as he gets froze on that sinker off the plate. You got to love it. We'll see how much of an impact he'll have on today's game. But right now, Colton Wong, who I have yet to hit good with, is batting 283 on the season, and we'll raise that up a little bit. Base hit into the outfield right in front of the center fielder. Great way to go ahead and start off yet another inning with a quick 2 out. Runner at first. Verlaine flying this one out, and that'll get down. So that should be able to move the runner over to third base. He'll stop at first. Throw will come in not in time, but now just another run scoring opportunity for us with the top of the lineup up. It's Akil or Riley Green. Sometimes I get my lineups confused here as we chop this one on the ground. Shortstop goes over with the easy play to second, and that'll end the third. Another run scoring opportunity thrashed for us, so we were not able to go ahead and get it. But we will go bottom 4 now. Luis Severino has been looking strong this game so far to this point, at least 53 pitches deep though, so been working some pretty long at bats. TJ Friedl up again. Froze on the circle change. Go ahead and head back to that dugout. Shohei Ohtani 0 for 1 on the day. Can we get him again with an 0-2? Chops this one on the ground to Wong, who will come in, field it, glove it. A little bit high, but we got him at first base. That's a nice quick 1-2. Now Mitch Garver, 0-2s. Let's strike him out as well, and we will freeze him on the circle change too. That thing is looking deadly this morning as we go ahead and get this work in. With Severino going right back to him. 1-2 count here to Jake Fraley, who also didn't really make it that far out of our minor league system. I remember bringing him up to spring training a couple times, just couldn't crack it. And this is a bad angle to the ball as Badu's not able to get it. He gloves it, thankfully, before it hits the wall. It could have been a triple, but it will be a leadoff double thanks to that bad angle by Akil. And see, those are the type of plays that no error gets called, but an error was made. As thankfully, we're able to go get a chopper over the shortstop, so no runner advancing. And we get the first out of the inning on Tom Ortiz. Kyle Farmer, he was on the bench for us for much of the season. It looks like he's a starter now. 324th runners in scoring position. He's going to look to increase that too with a base hit down the line. The runner's going to be able to come all the way around, and he's going to look to go into second base. Badu will go throwing in and not in time. Not able to make a play there on that one, Cam Coiler. He's 0 for 1 on the day as well. 3-2 count. And the fun is not going to stop. You know what they say, the party never ends. It's another RBI double into the outfield. Green will go ahead and play this one off the wall and keep it at just a double. But it's now 2-0 Cincinnati. Full count here. Try to freeze him on that circle change yet again. Chops it foul though. Energy is low. He's at 85 pitches through 4 1/3. I'm just looking to see if he can at least get me out this inning. And that's going to be a fly ball deep. Riley Green is going to range back and he'll glove it. Runner will be able to move up to third, so it will be a sac fly as that ball gets away. Catcher comes in and fields it cleanly. Pitcher covering the home plate so that he couldn't just advance all the way home. But now we've got 2 outs back to the top of the lineup. And Jonathan India being clutch yet again. That'll get down into the gap perfectly. This will be at least an RBI double. We'll see if we'll extend it to 3. Throw comes in. Won't give him enough time to even think about it. It's quickly 3-0 Cincinnati. India's 9th double of the season. And we'll see how much farther this goes. 91 pitches. Severino clearly tired. How much longer can he get this final out? 1-2 count to TJ. Looking for that slider in on the knees. Bounces to the plate. That is not going to do it. So we'll run it back. Even count 2-2. Looking to maybe get something away. Here's that catches a little too much of the plate, but it is a circle change, so he's not able to read it correctly. And he'll at least work his way through 5. As we go to the top of the 6th, we're looking to score some runs of our own. So far, the offense has been a little bit unlucky. You see Wong 1 for 1 with the single. We're looking to see if he can do anything else to kind of start this inning off for us. Patrick Sandoval is in the game still. 53 pitches through 5 innings. So he's looked very efficient so far in this start. Not giving up too many hits, or at least not giving them up when they count, as that's a liner perfectly timed up to the shortstop. And like I said, just unlucky hits. You cannot time, you really can't time that better. And it went right to somebody in 12-6 over the zone. Good timing, and it's right to a glove. The same exact way. Shortstop making 2 back-to-back plays. Riley Green will be up next. First pitch he sees. Slider right over the plate too as well. Chops this one over to first or third base. Throw goes to first base. And just like that, those were quick outs. That's why his pitch count is so low. He's throwing them over the plate. He's just getting lucky where they're being hit to. And now we bring in Joey Wentz. Long reliever, 10 games this year, 26 innings. But a 5 ERA. We're looking to lower that a little bit if we can. You know, first person he's got to face is Shohei Ohtani. Thankfully, he's 0 for 2 in a day, so maybe getting him on a bad day. But that will get down into the outfield, beating the shift. This will at least be a double for him. And that's already not a good look. You already got a leadoff base runner on. ERA is already high, but he does get the strikeout on Mitch Garver there to at least get 1 down. Now you got Jake Fraley. First pitch that he will see. Pops this one up. Baez will range back into the shallow outfield, get underneath it and grab it. And just like that, 2 outs. So no more scary situation. You just need any kind of out now. You're okay. Tom Ortiz is up next. He's got a 1-2 count here. And we're looking probably to let Wentz, you know, maybe even finish out this ball game, unless we're able to put some runs on the board to get our closer in. But he'll at least pitch. Give me 2-3 innings. We go top of the 7 here. Jonathan Scope will be up, though. Trying to look to see if we can get some offense finally. First pitch that he will see from Patrick Sandoval. Still not getting anything going. Got him confused with that circle change. Barely able to chop it over to third base. And that'll be a 1-pitch ground out. Now CJ Cron working the at-bat a little bit. 1-2 count. Slider up the middle. If they weren't in the shift, that would have been a base hit. Real life, it's a base hit since they abandoned the shift rules. MLB The Show, unfortunately, he's still out. Eric Haas is up next. Gets a 4-seamer chest level. And this time, because of the shift, he's able to go ahead and get a base hit into the outfield. So sometimes the shift giveth, and sometimes it taketh away. And now it'll be a kill Badu. 2 outs. Runner at first base. 1-1 count. Lines this one into the outfield. That'll be another base hit. And here we go. Maybe starting a 2-out rally here and getting the offense going a little bit. Sandoval is late in his start. We're 6 2/3 through this. 67 pitches into it. Let's keep making him throw as many pitches as possible. Baez batting 200 with runners in scoring position. Let's look to see if we can raise that up a little bit. With a 1-0 count here, it's in his favor. Gets a 4-seamer over the middle of the plate. Unfortunately, right to the shortstop again. We'll go top of the 8th. We'll keep it with the offense. There's nothing happening on defense, really. We're still only down 3-0. Meadows turns on a two-seamer in on the hands, going deep out to the warning track, and it is gloved. Still being unlucky. Colton Wong, 2-2. Can you break the bad luck curse? Swings and misses at the upstairs two-seamer. Nothing you could do with that one. Probably would have got called strike even if you didn't swing, so you got to swing. And then Verling just chops a circle change on the ground very early for it. And we'll have to go into the 9th, still down 3-0. We'll go ahead and make a quick stop. Bottom of the 8th, make sure that they don't increase their lead. 2 outs here. Joey Wentz is still in the game. I told you he would probably pitch a significant amount of innings in this one. Going on inning number, would it be 2 for him? No, inning number 3 for him. My fault. If he can get this final out on Shohei Ohtani, who gets the best of him yet again. That's a base hit into the outfield from 0-2 against Severino to 2-2 against Joey Wentz. And just like that, they got a runner on first base and a chance to maybe increase this lead. This will be a line drive into the outfield. Now they've got 2 outs and runners at first and second, trying to get a 2-out rally going to increase their lead. Because you know this Tigers offense can't go off at any point. So you want to get that lead as big as possible. Because all it takes is a couple of mistakes in the bullpen to ruin a 3-0 lead. And that's exactly what we take into the top of the 9th. Down to our final 3 outs with 2, 3, and 4 up to bat for us. Riley Green will start it off. 0-2, still going up against Patrick Sandoval at 77 pitches. As we go ahead and try to close this one out, it'll be grounded on the ground, and we throw over to first base for the first out. Now it comes up to Jonathan Scope. Down to 2 outs here. Gets a two-seamer to do something with. Unfortunately, that with is right into the left fielder's glove. And yet again, a hardly hit ball finding a timely defender. And it all comes down to CJ Cron to get a 2-out rally started, leading into the bottom of the order too as well. Not just going back to the top. So it doesn't get any easier for the Detroit Tigers from here. It's quickly 0-2. Can Sandoval get the complete game shutout, as he will get the call there on the check swing? They're going to say he went around the circle change, and the Reds finally end this long series win streak of Detroit, beating them in 2 out of 3, winning this final game 3-0. And what did I tell you? The team that scored more than 1 run was going to end up being the one that came out on top. You see, we had 6 hits today. Couldn't make anything of it, but they made something out of theirs. 3 runs off of 7 hits. And Severino is the one that comes away with the loss here today. 5 innings of work, 4 hits, 3 earned runs. It was just, in fact, they made the most out of their hits. It was just double after double after double. 4 hits is normally not that bad of a thing, but when they all come in the same inning and they're all doubles, it can get really, really tragic very quickly. Now you see Joey Wentz, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts, got his ERA below 5. Severino's ERA back above 4. We got to do more to score our runs. So that ends our streak though. But we do have a chance and an opportunity to keep winning a couple more games as we do go up against the Dodgers next. And you can see here we have a chance for a complete game shutout, which we do. It looks like end up completing. We win 3-0 there. They come right back out the next day. They're trying to close us out yet again. And it is up to us to try to stop this comeback. Try to win another series here. We're on the verge of losing 2 back-to-back series. In the top of the 9th here with 1 out, it's up to Colton Wong for some reason batting at the 3 spot. And just like I'd imagine with him batting at 3, he goes 0 for 4 as he pops out the third base here. And it's up to Eric Haas to go ahead and lead us to victory. Swings and misses through that upstairs 4-seamer. Gets a, looks like a slider over the top of the plate. Fouls that off too. So 2 really good pitches to hit. I don't think he'll get a third as he swings underneath the slider. And the Dodgers walk away with a 1-0 victory here. Blake Snell, I think that's what it is, right? Yeah, Blake Snell is up with a complete game shutout. So both losses to end series that caused us to lose were complete game shutouts. And this time we only had 4 hits. They were actually just able to do something with their 1. But not much offense being produced here today. CJ Cron, a 2 for 2 day. But other than that, not much going on for us. And we were not able to produce any type of offense. With Casey Mize actually getting a pretty good start. 7 innings and 1 earned run was not enough. We'll keep going through, simulating. Like I said, we want to get through a big portion of this month as we're going to get to another week of scouting assignments. But recent losing streaks could be causing us to maybe fall into our slump. As we go ahead and look at some of the relievers we were able to scout, a couple of them jumping up the board, a couple of them still looking good and looking strong. I'm glad at some of the percentages I got on them. I don't know if I'll do that again before the draft, but now I know what some of these guys could be looking like, where some of their ranges are, what some of their strengths could be. and where they rank on our board as opposed to the big board. Now we're still focused on those infielders and actually getting some bats in the lineup this year too. Hopefully, maybe we can find a high prospect in here. I see Odom, who's third on our board. I want to get him fully scouted because we have the third pick, so we need to know what he's doing. So I want to get him up, as well as Javier Fuentes. We're looking at him. We're looking at Lois Green. We're looking at first basemen that could potentially have some type of power for us to be able to use. And it looks like he could be one. So we're looking at Eldon Morris at shortstop, Lois Green at first base. And now let's go ahead and take a look at some league leaders. We haven't really touched on this screen that much. So you can see Badu is top 3 in batting average, batting 335. Can't believe somebody's batting 357 this late into the season. That's crazy. Stanton, of course, leading in hits. You see Riley Green is second in doubles with 16. We're going to actually have quite a few people up here on these top lists, it looks like. You know, already starting off with 2 really good ones there. You see home runs. Jonathan Scopes tied for 5th with 13. Maybe a home run derby appearance if he can keep up this hot streak of home runs. Maybe we see ourselves in the home run derby this year with Jonathan. Not even a power guy like that. His power numbers aren't extremely high. They're still in the 60s, but just having a phenomenal year. Then you look at RBIs, he's 5th in that category too as well. Riley Green is 5th in runs with 32 of those things. That comes with hitting in front of Jonathan Scope. Akil Badu, you see he's 7th there on that one. Walks, nobody's really up there. On base percentage, you see Badu and Green fighting out for 5th and 6th. Slugging percentage, you see Green at 7, which leads to an OPS that puts him at 6th place. Not too bad at all. Wins, you see Jose Guendu leading with 8. Matt Manning getting a little upgraded boost here, is actually up there too as well with 7, tied for 2nd place. Losses, there's still only 2 pitchers with 0. Saves, Alex Lange is in 4th with 15. And he's seen a little bit of upgrade boosted as well. 82 overall, 15 out of 16 save opportunities done. Matt Manning leading the league in ERA, the only pitcher sub 2 with a 1.8. That is amazing. Three Screwballs in 5th with a 2.25. It's clear to see why we're on this hot streak, as he's even seen some improvement to his overall too as well. And then you see home runs allowed, Tariq Screwball tied for 3rd. Shutouts, Matt Manning's tied for 2nd with 2. Strikeouts were not really up here on this list other than Luis Severino not really having a good team strikeout year for whatever reason. Like last year, we were actually up there in the top half. This year, it looks like we're struggling to strike batters out, but still winning even more games. So maybe strikeouts aren't even the key to victory anymore. See walks allowed. Severino's tied for 5th. Whip, pitching WAR actually has Severino the highest with 4 for us, which I was surprised about. 1.9. Tariq Screwball at 6. So no Matt Manning, despite how good he's been with his low ERA. And then batting WAR, Riley Green is actually leading in 6 with 2.1. Remember, the early season predictions had him up there at that point too. So it was crazy to see that he's actually being able to produce and play at this high of a level. Now, of course, we want to go ahead and check out and see what some of our young guys are doing. Spencer Torkelson seeing some upgrades to his overall as well, up to a 67 overall. Morris Jones looks like he's up to a 69 overall. I love the boost here. +3 to power left, +1 to power right. He's hitting great. 299, finally going under 300 this season. Gage Workman, 4 home runs at the DA spot. A switch hitter that could potentially look to maybe come up. Pitching wise, Leo Franco's up to a 62 overall with a 284 ERA, sub-1 whip. James Conley, 296 ERA, a 1.2 whip. And the only one struggling is Jason Shealy, who just can't seem to get it together. Hopefully, maybe he gets his act right and he's able to at least see some improvement maybe to finish out the season. But there is some moves that I feel like could be made. You see Matt Strom is struggling up here right now, a 5.32 ERA. I go ahead and send him down. I don't think Tyler Alexander is able to come up yet as a long reliever. It's not really the role I'm looking to fill. I just need another middle reliever. So I'm going with Jose Cenero, 0.94 ERA, 1.4 whip. We'll go ahead and see what he can do up here at the major league level. And looking at the people we scouted last time, you see Eldon Morris actually fell off to unranked after a first round of scouting. You see Todd Odom here though, potential for 94. Probably going to come in at like a 50, maybe 60 overall. That range is too pretty wide, but not sure what we're going to get from him. I know I want to completely scout him though, with him being as high as he is on our board. You see Ahmad Ostrander here. He looked like a pretty good prospect too as well. So I go ahead and put him on. Todd, Lois Green again. And we'll see what they look like in this next round of scouting as we go ahead and start simulating forward. A couple of injuries popping up here, just day-to-day type of things. But then Morris Jones breaks his forearm and he's going to miss 1 to 2 months. Not what you need when you want your number one to be developing. He ends up getting that broken. And now we have to wait 1 to 2 months before we can even see him see the field yet again. And in a surprising, critical situation here, Matt Verlin is a single away from hitting for the cycle. Gets a cutter first pitch, and this looks like it's going to the gap. I might have to stop on first base on purpose to get the base hit, but I won't have the opportunity. I wanted the cycle. I probably was going to stay at first base just to get it. We were up 4-1 big anyway, but he gets a home run, his 7th of the season, 2nd of the game. And oh well for that cycle. We got to hit them bombs. That will lead to even more offenses. You see Akil Baddoo gets a first pitch cutter as well. He hits this one to the outfield against Kyle Nelson. Not able to do anything with that. So that's a base hit. And Jonathan Scope, great slider to hit there. He's able to get it by him. 2-2. Gets another one though. This is a cutter this time right over the middle of the plate. He needs to stop throwing those. This is deep center. Gone. 2-run home run. Jonathan Scope. Them cutters gotta stop. It led to 1 home run, 1 sharply hit base hit, and another home run. His 15th of the season this time. And you gotta stop throwing those cutters. You gotta get a different pitcher in, honestly, as this lead just grew from 4-1 to 7-1. And now it's back up to our pitching, though. Just go ahead and close this one out. Why not go ahead and run through the rest of this game really quickly and see if we can go ahead and stop everything here. We got Joey Wentz up, 27 pitches through. Mitchell Fernandez is up, and he's 5 for 5 on the day with that base hit that gets into the outfield. Not going to try for 2 there. But he's had a phenomenal game. A 5 for 5 day will do wonders for your batting average, at least. And then Josh Rojas up next. Get him to watch him get frozen that 4-seamer. You can go heat up in the dugout real quick. As next, we got Ty France, 2 outs. He lines this one out. Baddoo gets frozen in his feet a little bit. Is able to glove this one. And then, for whatever reason, I'm hitting L1. I'm spamming it. Maybe it's because I'm spamming it. It kept canceling it. But I hit it once. He started running forward. I hit it a second time. Then he did a pump fake. I hit it a third time. Did another pump fake. I didn't know what was going on, but because of that, a run is able to get it and score. And with 2 outs, we get Guerrero Jr. to pop this one over to Scope, who will range in for his pitcher and go ahead and take care of that one. Only able to get the 1 run out of it, but we do go to the 9th here with Jose Cernero to get a look at him. We just recently brought him up. He's already pitched 2 innings on his own. But we're going to go ahead and see what he can do here. Hasn't given up an earned run yet, at least. And we'll see if he can close out this 9th inning. 5, 6, and 7 set to come up for Arizona as Corbin Coral 0-2 gets froze by the 4-seamer. Go heat and cool up in the dugout. Jake McCarthy up next, 1-2. He flies this one deep out to Green, who will go ahead and get underneath it and glove it for the 2nd out of this inning. And now let's go ahead and look to just close this one out. Alec Bohm is up next, 1-2, 2 outs. Gets froze on the slider. Go ahead and slide on back to that dugout as we go ahead and take this victory 7-2. Your Detroit Tigers back in their winning ways. And that was a great performance there. Was not able to get the cycle. I think he did come up for 1 more at bat. I ended up getting out with him, but 4 for 5, 2 home runs and a triple. Will take it. Just an all-around great game for him. Scope 3 RBIs, 2 for 4 day. Green 3 for 4 day. 19th double. Burling's 12th, 2nd triple. And those 2 runs were 6 and 7 for him, getting up to 18 RBIs on the season. Severino, 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, 10 hits, but only 1 earned run this time. This shows sometimes the hits don't really do what they need to. With Todd Odom, 100% scouted, still number 3 on our board. 76-91 potential, 54-69 overall. Lois Green is that 30. And you said Ostrander fell all the way back to 58, so maybe we might be done scouting him. But good contact here, good vision. Defense is okay. It just comes down to, am I okay with these kind of ratings? Like, he's not going to hit righties good, but he's going to be a great lefty hitter and not really much power. Now here with Lois Green, he's still got both opportunities for good power against righties and lefties, so maybe scout him a little bit more completely, get him with our 2nd pick. And then here, we're going to give me some strength in the arms and some contact, but I need to get some more guys with power. I need to honestly look for some switch hitters too as well. We have none of those other than Cesar Hernandez anywhere like in the major league level or with major league aspirations as of right now. Javier Fuentes, you see he's got very good contact, very good vision. Defense is pretty good too as well. So maybe somebody to also look at as we're looking at catcher Lincoln Sposota as well, as he actually was a catcher that didn't have defensive only build. There were not too many of those in this draft class. And Kenji Mori, actually, I saw a lot of blue on the left-hand side of the screen and on the right. And surprisingly, a lot of these first basemen, a lot of them are international too as well. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and just scout first baseman internationally, because it looked like a lot of them or doing pretty good things. You see Javier Fuentes is actually from Cuba, so we'll get an extra 10% on him too, as well as the regular scouting for just being focused on him. We'll try to go ahead and get through another week here to get even closer to draft day. Going through a couple more critical situations here. As you can see, we are bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Runner is at third. And we got Yimi Garcia. They just put him in. Maybe Alex Lange was looking like he might have blown a save or something, but at least we still have the lead here and a chance to walk out of here with a dub. We go ahead and make the pitching change. Grayson, quick 1-1 count. Checks his swing here on that slurve. Gets him to go around though. They go ahead and call it strike 2. It is a 1-2 count now. Watches that sinker low. He's being very cautious here. Not taking that bat off his shoulder all the way. Finally making contact with a slurve that was actually right down the middle. We got lucky that it was a foul ball. Four-seamer low and in. He gets froze. You cannot get caught looking to end the game. You got to swing at least. Give yourself a chance and opportunity. And because of that, we'll walk out of here with the dub. I will go ahead and take that all day, every day. As we go ahead and get out of here with a victory. 11 hits, only 4 earned runs. You see a home run from Scope, his 17th of the season. 2 more RBIs to get up to 45. I love it. Crone up to 29. And Casey Mize, 7 innings, 1 earned, 4 strikeouts. You see, Lange gave him 2 earned runs there near the end of the game. Lopez able to come away with the win because we didn't score late. And right next to it, Lopez had a chance to come away with yet another victory. Bottom of the ninth. And he has to keep this game tied so we can go to extra innings as Ronald Acuna Jr. pops this one up. First pitch. Right over to Jonathan, who will range in, grab it. Nice, easy way to start out, the bottom of the ninth. Lopez, full count to Austin Riley. Next up, gets him to chase that four-seamer inside on the hands. And that'll be Marcell Ozuna, 0-1. Gets the curveball that he wants to hit. Thankfully, it's only just a base hit into the outfield as the shift did not work in our favor. The second baseman were right there, would have probably been caught. And Matt Olson will be up next, 2-2. Trying to get a 2-out rally going. Swings and misses at that curveball, not even close to the strike zone. And we're actually going to go to our dugout. We're going to get Riley Green off the bench, 3rd in the American League in batting average with that .328 average. Also going to get my bullpen up and ready just in case we're able to take the lead. I'm going to get Jose Serrano up, though, just in case we don't take it. And then I'll come back and get Alex Lange here in a little bit if it's looking like we might score a run. But top of the 10th, we got the extra inning runner at second base. First pitch will be grounded on the ground. And I know you're probably thinking, I think it was, who was up? I think it was Kerry Carpenter that was in the game. I just did not want him to hit. I thought he would mess it up. We ended up getting a ground ball out anyway. But then we get a ground ball. It gets past shortstop. Playing in too close. Was not able to react fast enough. It's an RBI base hit for Austin Meadows. Very, very clutch when we take the lead. And Alex Lange will be able to get up and warmed up in the bullpen now. As Jonathan takes this deep. Way back in the left. But actually will be tracked as it dies before it can reach the warning track. Quickly now, 2 outs. Meadows still at first base. Eric Haas with a chance to increase the lead a little bit. 0-2. Gets a four-seamer about chest high, but it is shallow as he center fielder ranges in and gloves it. So we'll have to go to the bottom of the 10th. They'll have the extra inning runner at second base. We got to look to not let them do what we did. Sean Murphy up next. To go ahead and lead off the bottom of the 10th, we got for Ronaldo Lopez still in the game as we still let Alex Lange get warmed up. Try to at least get one out here. 1-2 count. Wanted to go around that curveball. You see he pump faked it real quick. 2-2. Gets a slider. Grounds us on the ground just like we did. So runner will move to third base. 1 out. Looking like a very similar situation. So we go ahead and go to our closer. 21 games. 18 for 19 on saves. 20 2/3. Well, I need 2 more outs here today. As he's got 28 strikeouts and number 29 would come in very nicely right here. Ozzy Albies. And a 2-1 count. Lines this one on the ground. Cabrera knocks it down with his glove. The runner's not going to be able to move anywhere, and they tag him. That is a great play. That's why you get a gold glove first baseman. That's why he still made the roster. I don't know CJ Cron making that play. I don't know if Spencer Torkelson making that play, but I do know Miguel Cabrera made it. He knocked the ball down because if that gets past him, this game would have ended differently. But because he did, we are able to walk out of here with a 5-4 victory. Great ball game for the Detroit Tigers and that boy Cabrera. I don't know how he did it. We got to go to replay to look at that one because I almost never go to replays. But and since we didn't play that much of this game, we can easily just put all plays, go to the second to last play, and look at this amazing defensive effort here as we go ahead and get a line drive rocket right to him, and he just dives out. Doesn't make the catch, but it hits his wrist. to at least knock it down. Look at that. Hits the inside of the glove, knocks it down. Able to keep the runner at third base, come over and just tag him simply with the ball. Great play there. As we go check out the box score, Akil Baddoo, player of the game, 3 for 5 on the day. Verlander 2 for 4 leading off. Cesar Hernandez 2 RBIs. 12 hits as a team, only able to pull across 5 runs. But Verlander's 8th home run of the season. I'm very impressed with that. Cesar Hernandez only 3 RBIs coming off the bench. Wow. And Severino 5 in the third, 8 hits, 2 earned runs in the start. Not too bad of a start. Pretty quality start for me. Joey Wentz comes in, does work. Lopez goes 2 in the third and gets in work. And just like that, we're ready to go ahead and get to almost another week of scouting. Looks like we got one more critical situation to take care of. Bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Runner at second, and Alex Lange needs that another save opportunity. As Vaccaro for the Blue Jays is up. Quickly watching that pitch going down 0-1. Gets a 12-6 and bloops us out to Baddoo, who will come in range, grab it, and do a little pump fake here to keep the runner at second base as he thought about it but went back. Probably could have made it because I definitely pumped that before he even started to go back. So he probably would have made it in. But thankfully, we keep the runner at second base. 2 outs. A great chance here for Lange to go ahead and end this one against Alexandro Kirk. Chops us on the ground. Scope will come in. 4 speed is not scary at all. We throw over with ease. And another victory as we go into yet another week of scouting to go ahead and close out Toronto here 2-1. In a great game, Matt Manning, 8 innings. Probably could have went for a complete game, it looks like. Looks like that run was probably given up by Lange. That's why they brought me in. But Akil Baddoo, 7th home run. CJ Cron, 11. And yeah, Matt Manning, 8 innings, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts, ERA staying below 2. So you see Fuentes here goes up to 20 on the board. Still has his good contact, good vision, decent defense, no power though. 21 on the regular board, 20 on ours. He's a lefty pull hitter at first baseman. So we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe getting with our second pick, Lincoln Sposota at catcher. Completely defense. Now all his offensive abilities went away, so we're going to completely ignore that and get away from that. And then the first baseman in the international region. See if any of them still pique my interest. We got Kenji Mori here. Chance for 91 potential, chance for 91 overall, but all blues on that left-hand side. I definitely have to get more information, especially being back at 72. Could be somebody to keep an eye on. We'll keep first baseman internationally and keep another look here at Javier Fuentes to see if his stuff keeps getting good. But Kenji Mori might be a name to look out for, especially in the middle of that draft, you guys. So with all that being said, though, we get to yet another end of an episode, and we got that much closer to the draft. We're 27 days away. Next time I will be getting through all the rest of those, so 26 days. And we will get through the month of, I think, what was this, month of June. Get into close to the All-Star break, and in the episode after that, we'll go ahead and get into yet another draft, getting some more prospects in, and starting to look at that All-Star break. So before we even get there, because I might, pre-record it. I don't know when I'm gonna record it, but go ahead and in this video, comment down below what are some trades or who are some trade bait that you think we should be using on this team. Who do you think needs to get traded away, if anybody? I personally don't like trading when we are in a position to potentially take over a postseason run. Now, I don't think this is the World Series run, so I'm not going to go balls to the wall. I'm not going to fix every need with a couple of trades, trading prospects, but we're first in the division, up by 10 games on the White Sox. We're 46-18. I'm not selling. I'm just not sure if we're buying. Let me know what you guys would do, though. Leave a like, comment, subscribe when you way out the video. It's been your boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next Tigers rebuild, man. I'm gone.